We said to have an extraordinary life. You gotta have an extraordinary psychology, right? Extraordinary psychology means you got to live in an extraordinary state to be an extraordinary state. You got to condition your nervous system, your body, your physiology, and focus to be at their best. Then to do that, though, you can do that. Why doesn't everybody? Not because you can't. We all have the ability, it's because of our standards. Think about your own life. I know there have been areas in your life where some point in time you just shifted and you raised the standard in your life change, because whatever people have their identity attached to, they live, we live, who we believe we are. My journey from here to there was lonely. The reason I was willing to be wrong and admit wrong so that I could grow and so that I could change. You see, growth is a result of bad habits dropped wrong, priorities changed, and new ways of thinking embraced. It happens only when we question ourselves enough to ask serious questions from others. The people who do not grow are unwilling to ask themselves or others hard questions. They are unwilling to leave what they have known and practice. They are not willing to be wrong, so they can discover what is right. Therefore, they cling to right, and their lives turn out wrong. How sad we get what we're looking for. We filter out everything else in our life, going to get what you're looking for, even if it doesn't even exist. Even if it's not even there. If you're looking for negatives, if you're looking for setbacks, if you're looking to be looked over, you will find it. Even though it's not supposed to be there, but if you're looking for victory, for winning, for recruits, for people to change your life, for magic moments, you will find them. If you're looking for them, I promise you that's true in life. Your brain, when you condition it, knows exactly what to go for. It'll find a way to get there. When you decide what's most important to you, your brain goes after it. Surrender of being right enables us to ask questions that others can answer and add value to us. Surrender of being right is the prerequisite to finding. Right, I believe that with all my heart, and here's what I know. I never want to get to the place where I've got it all figured out. I still want to keep learning. I still want to keep growing, and I still want to be a student, and I still want to be on a learning curve. And I still want to value people, and I still want to walk into my life and say, look, you have something that if I could just ask the right question, you could impart to me, that would help me, that would allow me to become a better person myself. Ego is the anesthesia that deadens the pain of stupidity. Pride is the burden of a foolish person. If you're going to do a job, do it right. I've always been told how average I can be, always been criticized about being average, but I want to tell you something. I stand here before you, before all of these people, not listening to those words, but telling myself every single day to shoot for the stars, to be the best that I can be. Good enough isn't good enough if it can be better, and better isn't good enough if it can be best. Wisdom will come to you in the unlikeliest of sources, a lot of times through failure. When you hit rock bottom, remember this while you're struggling. Rock bottom can also be a great foundation on which to build and on which to grow. I'm not worried that you'll be successful. I'm worried that you won't fail from time to time. Person that gets up off the canvas and keeps growing. That's the person that will continue to grow their influence. How many of you would love a breakthrough? All right, number one, you gotta have a permeating attitude that you're gonna win. You have a positive outlook. You gotta be optimistic. You gotta know you're gonna win. You gotta right now, you gotta say, I'm gonna win. I don't mean just this contest. I don't mean the contest. I mean, I'm going to win. I'm going to win. My life is going to win. There's going to be a victorious life here because listen to me. The price you pay for losing here is too extreme. You have to carry the burden of failure the rest of your life. You carry that around with you.
One of the things that human beings underestimate dramatically is their capacity to get great at something. If they're totally immersed in it, totally laser-focused on something. The majority are busy being busy, and they're addicted to devices and addicted to alcohol, and addicted to busyness, and addicted to gambling, or addicted to shopping, or addicted to worrying. I mean, in many ways, it's become a society of addicts. And what's happened is we develop addictions because we escape from pain. It's a potential unexpressed potential you were born into. If you're not expressing it, if you're not living it, if you're not releasing and showing your primal glory every single day, then at a subconscious level, You're developing, anger and sadness, and guilt and shame over yourself, betrayal against your genius. If somebody is here, somebody's really stressed out. They're not stressed out for no reason. It's because they're focusing on something that makes them feel stressed. They often want to focus it on it. That changes the body. You start to feel tight. You start to feel a certain way. And then they use language, like, I don't know what to do. Why am I so overwhelmed? So 3 things control you feel every moment, where you focus on what you do with your body. Humans have an unreal capacity to getting great at things. Even if they don't, a natural talent for it. If they're immersed in it, to learn something and acquire a ton of knowledge in a short period of time as well. Society is conspiring all the time in our culture to completely distract you. So you never win to just divert your focus and attention. Look over here. Look at this shiny thing. Look at this show. Look at this sports team. Worried about what's going on here in this war, and they get these different things on television, in our phones and in our lives, just get us distracted. So we never get obsessed. We never get laser focused for an extended period of time. I think there's a different level for you. I think there's a different level for you to get obsessed. Crazy laser focus, I say all the time. Our obsessions become our possessions, but we won't possess them if we're not truly obsessed. So if we've changed what we focus on, if we change the game, use our body, if we change our language patterns, we'll instantly fill in a bigger. How do people use their battery? When you're worried versus when you're excited. If you learn to use your body first, use your focus first, you can literally check it out. You throw moments, then you develop new habits, where you start to feel good all the time. And it isn't some phony fake pump-up. It's literally the way you've conditioned your body, just like being fit. There's an athlete. You want to be emotionally fit. The bottom line is no one's coming. No one's coming to push you. It's up to you, and because you're only ever going to do the things that you feel like doing right now, or that feel good right now. Unless you understand that you've got to parrot yourself. You got to push yourself. You're not going to make your dreams come true. You're just not. We're not wired that way. We're born that way. You work that way. When you were growing up, and you're certainly not that. And there's a tremendous amount of liberation that comes when you accept the fact that you're always going to need to give yourself a push. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to make it in life, you gotta make no your vitamin. You've gotta know every no brings you a step closer to yes. Anybody can stop because someone said no, but there's something in you. In your heart of heart to say no, I'm not a quitter. There's something in you that says, I've got the will to do it. There's something in you that says, I'm going to find Mr. Brown. What do you want to do at your life? You're met. So I like to become a disc jockey. Why, Sarah? Because I want to buy my mother a home. He said, great. Listen to Paul Harvey here. My car keeps going to call 12 Fauillon. Noon comes up every day. Why? Because if you want to be successful, study the people that are doing what you want to do. He's the best in the world. When it comes to communication, I suggest to you, you look at what you want to achieve. Look at the top achievers, understand and know. They are only an example. They are not an exception. They are an example of what you can do. Because success leaves clues. Follow the system. Watch the leaders and study them. I did that and he said, Mr. Brown, detoxify your life. Let all the negative people in your life. Can I change him? No. It's a full-time job, changing yourself. He's right. He's right. You can't change people, it's hard. Changing yourself, and there's some people so. Life is full of challenges. There are times when it feels like the odds are stacked against us. Giving up seems like the easiest option. But it's in these moments that our true strength is revealed. It's when we choose to persevere, to keep pushing forward, that we grow the most. Persistence is not about never failing. It's about never giving up. It's about picking yourself up every time you fall and trying again, no matter how many times it takes. Every setback is an opportunity to learn and grow stronger. Every challenge you face is a chance to prove to yourself just how resilient you are. You are stronger than you think. Keep going. Your breakthrough is just around the corner.